I have an extremely exciting video for you today, guys. I'm going to break down in the last 7 days how we generated $7.5 thousand for our client using a new YouTube Shorts ad strategy. Now, I've kind of become known in the space for being the YouTube Shorts guy when it comes to scaling brands, and my team and I have come up with a completely new strategy that is performing even better, and it doesn't even involve YouTube campaigns. So today I'm going to jump into the account. I'm going to show you exactly what it is we're doing that's getting these awesome results. So let's dive in. And by the way, before we do, my name is George. I run an agency called the Paid Search Company. I'm also an e-com brand owner, but we help other brand owners scale their Shopify stores with Google and YouTube ads. We're managing well over 500K a month. If you want to chat with me, you can do so in the description. But without further ado, let's jump in. So what can we see here? So I'm filtering by demand gen campaigns in general, and in the last 7 days, we have produced 7.5 thousand Canadian dollars at a 2.2 ROAS, which for cold traffic is very, very, very good. All right, we're acquiring new customers for $22. I believe the product has an AOV of around $50 or so. So very, very healthy ROAS. And for these guys, they have amazing margins. So that's an extremely healthy, extremely healthy ROAS number to be getting. As you can see, we are filtering exclusively by demand gen campaigns, and this is probably something that you might not have seen before. If you know your Google ads, this is probably a pretty peculiar structure. You're maybe used to seeing a lot of performance max, a lot of search, a lot of shopping. Now, of course, we are running other campaigns. This isn't just what we're running, but as you can see, it is producing the majority of the results, right? Even though we have performance max in here, even though we have branded search in this account, we're producing the majority of the revenue, at least in the last 7 days, with these demand gen campaigns. And so what this is it's kind of like a paid social structure. It's very similar to how you would run Meta. You would just have these kind of testing campaigns with different creatives that you're just scaling pretty aggressively. And you can see one of them is producing, in the last 7 days, it's done 3.2K in revenue. So this campaign alone is, on track to do 10K a month in revenue. Again, using purely YouTube Shorts. You can see each of these campaigns, YouTube Shorts, YouTube Shorts, YouTube Shorts. We're not even running any other kind of creative. There's no image creative in here. There's no long form YouTube in here. This is purely a YouTube Shorts ad strategy without using any YouTube campaigns. So it's very, very interesting. And I'm going to break down how we do it by jumping into this highest spending campaign now. So if you've never run demand gen before, it's a little bit different to what you might be used to. As you can see, it's got a standard campaign ad group ad structure, and you can kind of look at the ad group ad level as any other campaign. But when you actually come in to edit the ad group in the settings here, it's going to put you in to the kind of demand gen campaign creation flow, which is unique. No other campaign has this, so it's pretty cool. And there's different, you can go up to campaign level, ad group level, or ad level. Now, by the way, I am no expert when it comes to demand gen. This is a new strategy that we're testing, so I am definitely not saying that this is the best way to do things, but this is what is working for us right now, and it's a really exciting strategy, and I'm very excited to roll it out across even more clients. But without further ado, let's jump in. So as you can see, what we've basically done is we are running a YouTube Shorts campaign, and all we're doing is running, I believe, 1 or 2 creatives that were the top performers over the last 30 days in our old YouTube campaign, which we've now paused because this is doing so much better. And I believe also when we say top performers, we're looking at the data on Meta, which again is really important here, right? When it comes to running YouTube ads, you want to look at what is performing on your other social platforms, see which creatives are performing best, and then 9 times out of 10 they're going to do really, really well on YouTube as well. Okay, so at the campaign level, we actually have a few things here that I'm looking to test. So we're currently not running a product feed here. We're doing a split test at the moment. We've just launched a new campaign where we are running a product feed. I personally think adding a product feed in here makes a lot of sense. You're going to be able to actually see the products in the ad itself on YouTube, also around the ad, and you're going to be able to probably increase your CTR by doing this. But right now, this campaign that's performing really well isn't running a feed. Now, demand gen is a bit different. You can't really choose your bid strategy. You can really just go ahead and choose what kind of campaign goal you have. So it's either conversions, clicks, or conversion value. Again, very, very similar to Meta. You kind of just have these, broad goals here. You can't really get into the nitty gritty. And so we're going with the conversions. I recommend you go with conversions because our goal here is just to get data, right? We're not really optimizing for conversion value. We're optimizing for as many conversions as possible so we can get more data, learn quicker, campaign can perform better. There's no TCPA, no target cost per action here. Okay, because again, we're just trying to gather data. However, I imagine when we set this, it's going to start to perform extremely well because having a TCPA is just going to allow Google to understand, okay, what, CPA, cost per acquisition, are you aiming for? And so it will optimize towards that. Okay, so yeah, I'm very excited to test this. Again, not something that we've done because we've only been running this campaign for like 2 or 3 weeks. In terms of the budget, we're spending $240 a day. Now, devices. So this is something that we haven't touched purely because we can actually see that 99% of the spend is going to mobile devices anyway, because we're only running short form ads. And of course, YouTube is only going to run mobile orientation ads on shorts, right? Really. So again, this is not something that we even need to touch because we can already see that it's already going to mobile. But maybe if you're just starting out and you just want to run a YouTube Shorts focused campaign, probably wouldn't hurt to just target mobile devices, because obviously your short form creative is not going to look good on a TV screen or a tablet or a computer. And so yeah, those are the campaign settings. And then jumping into the ad groups, we can see here we are purely targeting the US, just obviously targeting the English language. And a very interesting thing here is we have no audience. So this is another thing that's very similar to Meta. We are going broad here, right? So the targeting that this campaign is doing is purely based on machine learning and the creative that we're leveraging, right? It's going to look at, okay, what kind of person is sitting and watching this creative? What are the hook rates on these people, or CTR on these people? And it's going to find the audience for you. And I highly recommend that you do this. In fact, in the campaigns that we've actually tried to add an audience, they've performed a lot worse and they've been slower to get going and get spending. So I would actually definitely test no audience. That's what we found to be the best. But at the same time, I would not necessarily use optimized targeting. I don't love optimized targeting actually, just in general. We didn't use them on YouTube campaigns. We don't use them in demand gen because it just gives Google an excuse to go and spend way more money. Yeah, I've never seen great results with it. And you've got to remember, at the end of the day, Google is a business as well. It wants to spend as much of your money as you will let it. So if you tell it, hey, go, find people beyond whatever I've given you, it will do that. But regardless, that's just what's working here. And then when we actually jump into the ad flow itself, you can see we are literally running 2 creatives. And the beautiful thing that allows us to do all this is this choose where your videos show toggle, right? So this is in beta at the moment, but it actually allows us to choose exactly where the YouTube creative shows, which you're not even able to do within YouTube campaigns. So this is why this is better. I think demand gen is better for 2 reasons. Firstly, the targeting. So YouTube campaigns use the kind of the old method of targeting where you have to select your search themes, your in-market segments, your affinity segments, whereas demand gen has this kind of ability to go broad. And then also the second reason is because you can actually choose, hey, only run this on shorts, which again, you can't do on YouTube. And I think some of that spend is probably getting wasted on those campaigns. And so, yeah, then we have some simple ad copy, some simple headlines, descriptions, CTAs, nothing crazy. And that is literally it. It's like the most simple campaign to set up ever. All you need is decent UGC creative. Now, the creative we're running here is just simple UGC. Talking head video, okay, it's just a UGC creator who is in this brand's demographic, simply recording themselves and talking about the product and the benefits of the product. It's a very simple video. It's 1 minute long, has to be under 60 seconds long actually, for it to be a short. It says it's over, but I think it is. And so you can literally just reach out to UGC creators on Twitter, on Instagram, on platforms like Incense and Billow, send your product over to them, get these videos back. You can do it for like $50 a video, maybe something like that. Upload them to YouTube, run them as YouTube Shorts creatives, and I am pretty sure they are going to do very well if your product's good, your landing page is good, etc. There's other elements to it, of course. Or even better, grab your creative that you're running on Meta, pull them up and upload them to YouTube, and then run them here in demand gen. Very, very underrated strategy. I'm super excited to try this across even more clients and more brands, and even on my own brand that I'm in the process of starting at the moment. But yeah, I'll leave that one here. Hopefully you found the strategy interesting. I will probably make another video in the future about how we've been able to scale these campaigns up. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below about the strategy and what you thought. And if you are interested in scaling your brand with Google and YouTube ads, we will go ahead and do a free action plan for you. Yeah, no obligations, just a quick one-to-one call with me, and then my team and I will go away and actually map out how we can scale your brand. So you can book that with the link in the description, and I'll leave it there. Thank you for watching. Cheers.